The Sleeping Fairies Alarm Clock 3D cartoon story, 4290 characters. Deep inside the glowing heart of Dreamwood Forest, where flowers hummed soft tunes and trees whispered bedtime stories, lived a tiny fairy named Lila. She was known as the Sleeping Fairy because, well, she loved sleeping more than anything else in the world. Lila's wings shimmered like drops of moonlight, and her bed was made of soft dandelion fluff. Every night she promised herself, "Tomorrow I'll wake up early." But when morning came, she would roll over, yawn, and fall back asleep, while the sun peeked through her window of rose petals. This became a big problem. You see, Lila had one very important job. Every morning, she was supposed to sprinkle wake-up dust across Dreamwood Forest so that the flowers would open, the bees would buzz, and the forest would start its day. But since Lila was always late, the forest often stayed sleepy and quiet till noon. One day, the Queen of Fairies, Seraphina, fluttered down to Lila's tiny mushroom house. "Lila," said the queen, tapping her wand gently, "you must find a way to wake up on time." "The forest depends on you," Lila blushed. "I know, Your Majesty, but my dreams are so warm and cozy." Seraphina smiled. "Then I have a gift for you." The queen waved her wand, and with a burst of silver sparkles, a small clock appeared on Lila's bedside table. But it wasn't an ordinary clock. It had little wings, golden bells, and a glowing heart in the center. "This is the dream alarm," said Seraphina. "It will wake you up every morning with music made from your dreams." That night, Lila wound up the dream alarm and whispered, "Please be gentle." Then she curled under her blanket and drifted into dreams of rainbow clouds and candy rain. At sunrise, the dream alarm began to glow. Soft music floated into the room, sweet sparkly notes that sounded like tiny stars singing. But Lila only smiled in her sleep and turned over. The clock frowned as much as the clock could. It fluttered above her bed and rang its bells louder. Ding! 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 But Lila just mumbled, 5 more minutes. The dream alarm huffed, puffed, and suddenly zoomed out the window. It flew around the forest, searching for help. First, it found Pip the squirrel, who was trying to open an acorn. "Pip," said the clock, "Lila won't wake up." "Can you help?" Pip giggled. "Easy." He climbed up to Lila's window and tossed a pine cone at her bed. Thud! Lila turned over again. Maybe next time," Pip shrugged. Next, the clock found Buzz, the sleepy bee. "Buzz, please help wake Lila." Buzz yawned. "No problem." He flew inside and buzzed right near her ear. Psst. Lila waved her hand in the air and mumbled, "Shoo, mosquito." The clock sighed. This is hopeless. But then it remembered something, the queen's words, music from her dreams. So the clock flew close and listened. Inside Lila's dream, she was dancing on pink clouds, surrounded by dream creatures playing music. The clock hummed along, caught the rhythm, and began to echo it in the real world, but louder, brighter, and faster. Suddenly, the sound of her dream blended with reality. Lila blinked, startled. What's happening? She gasped as her dream world faded and sunlight filled her room. The clock hovered before her, glowing proudly. "Oh, did you wake me up with my own dream music?" "Tick, tick," went the clock as if saying yes. Lila laughed and hugged it. "Thank you, my clever little clock." From that day, the dream alarm became her best friend. Every morning, it woke her not just with sound, but with melodies from her dreams, sometimes giggles, sometimes songs, sometimes even silly noises from her imagination. Lila began waking up early, spreading her wake-up dust across Dreamwood before sunrise. The flowers bloomed faster, the bees hummed happier, and the forest sparkled brighter than ever. One morning, the queen visited again. "I see the forest is wide awake." Lila smiled. "Thanks to my dream alarm, I never oversleep now." The queen chuckled. "Sometimes magic isn't about spells. It's about listening to what your dreams are trying to tell you." And so the sleeping fairy was no longer sleepy. She became Lila the morning fairy, known for her cheerful songs that echoed through the forest each dawn. But every night before bed, she still whispered to her clock, "Wake me with something beautiful tomorrow." And it always did.